What's going on, guys? My name is Lewis from setupvolleyball.com, and today I want to go over volleyball rotation rules. Now, if you're wondering why I'm sat semi in the dark, it's because there's a light directly above the camera which looks terrible on the board and you can't really see anything. So I figured I'd go with natural light, so hopefully it's not too dark for you guys. Basically, obviously, if you're new to my channel, you may not have seen these videos. If you're familiar with my channels, then there's a high chance you have seen these videos, but I've gone a lot into different volleyball rotations. And in there I talk a lot about like how you stack in certain places and why you stack in certain places, but obviously the whole reason that you stack in certain places is to make sure that you're in rotation rules. So basically certain players can't cross to certain places. So it's not actually as complicated as you think it is, but I'm going to go over each position individually just so you guys can get a feel for what I mean. Before I do that, I'm going to quickly grab a eraser. So obviously this is your net here, this is your service line here, and this is your 3 metre line or 10-foot line as some people call it. So if we start with position 1, which is down here, so this is the back right position on the court. This player here is affected by this player in front of them and this player to the left of them. So when I say affected by, what I mean is this player here, so our one player, can't go past the 2 player. So they can come and stand right up here, but they can't go to this side of them. If they go that side of them, they're out of rotation. And then in this way, this player here can't cross to the left of this 6th player here. So again, they can come all the way up to here, but they can't cross past them. So that's position 1, that's where they can and can't go. So I'll just quickly rub them off so we don't get too many lines. I hope you like my fantastically put together volleyball court on this whiteboard. Next we go to position 6, because when we rotate in volleyball, obviously we rotate in a clockwise direction. So our 6th player here, they're actually affected by more than just 2 players, they're affected by 3. So in rotations, it never works diagonally, so it only ever works left, right, up, down. So think of it more like a compass face rather than anything else. So at the 6th position, obviously this one player here who couldn't cross right, the opposite is true here. So the 6th player here can't cross to the right hand side of this one player. So again, they can come all the way up to here, fine, but they can't cross past them. Moving forward, they can come all the way forward, but again, they can't go in front of the 3 player. So whichever position they're stood in, they can't go beyond that place basically. So when we go to the 5 position, the 6th player can come all the way over here, but again, they get stuck up to the right side of this 5 player. So that's the rotations that you have to consider when you're 6th in the backcourt. So for example, sometimes if this is an outside passer here, and this is the other outside passer, we might move players around slightly for a passing line. So if we move, for example, we want to hide, say this is the setter here, say we want to hide the setter, we might move the outside round, middle round, and outside back. If this outside player comes back, obviously they can't cross behind this 6th player, or the 6th player can't cross in front of the player who's at 3. So it just sort of gives you an idea of sort of how the rotations start to work. So at position 5, you guys can probably start to figure this out yourself now as we start moving through these, because you should start to understand a little bit more why and how we rotate. So this 5 player here can't cross to the right of this 6th player, so they can go all the way over to the right, but they can't go past them. So to be honest, they can even stand here. As long as they're not to the right side of this player here, they can stand literally on their left shoulder if they like. And then they also could not cross in front of this 4 player here. So pretty simple, not too difficult that one. And then we continue around. So moving on to our 4 player, we're now in the front row. So our 4 player, if for example they do come back to help out with the pass, they can't go behind this player here at 5, and they can't cross to the right of this player here at 3. So like I say, if we do pull this player back here, and this player needs to stay to the right of them, then we would pull this player back, and this player, if they're stacking over here, could stand up here somewhere so they can be out of the way and make sure that they are always this side of the 4 player. So the 4 player can't go behind 5 and can't go to the right of 3. And now we are in the front row in the middle here at position 3. So basically the opposite is just true with what we had at the 6 player. So they're still affected by 3 players, not 2 like the wings. And the 3 player can't go behind the 6 player here. They can't go to the left of this 4 player here, and they can't go to the right of this 2 player here. So they can move anywhere in the court, providing that they don't go behind the 6, to the left of the 4, or to the right of the 2 player. And then moving on to the final position, we have 2 here. And I'm sure you've probably figured out exactly how these work now. Like I said, they're not too difficult. When you know which position you're in, just think, like I say, think like a compass face. So think directly forward, directly backwards, directly left and directly right. So just think north, east, south, west. Don't think south, west, south, east. So when we're in this 2 position here, we can't go behind this 1 player, and we can't go to the left of this 3 player. So hopefully you guys sort of understand a little bit more now. If you have come from my rotation videos, hopefully you understand a little bit more now why when I stack players in certain positions, how sometimes they can stand behind other players, sometimes they can't, sometimes they can be to the left, sometimes they can't. Hopefully it gives you guys a bit of a better idea as to why that is now. If you have any queries, put them below in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it, guys. So they are the rotation rules. So I can write them all up on the board for you if you like, but it may get a little bit confusing. What I might do actually is just grab a different coloured pen. So I'll grab a different coloured pen. So this 2 player here can't go past this 3 player and can't go behind that 1 player. Let me just grab some more colours. And I'll use purple over here as well. So this 5 player can't go past this 4 player or to the right of that 6 player. At position 1, we can't go past the 2 and we can't go to the left of 6. At position 4, we can't go to the right of 3 and we can't go behind position 5. And then we've got position 6 and position 3. So they can't go behind position 6, to the left of 4, to the right of 2. And the 6 player can't go in front of 3, to the right of 1, or to the left of 5. And that is a very confusing diagram. So hopefully the first bit helped you better, but that is all the rotations you need. Until next time, guys, this has been Lewis from setupforvolleyball.com, and if you enjoyed the content, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. And for more content like this, definitely subscribe, as we're going to be dropping lots of videos soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now.